This happened back when I was 20 and working an overnight shift at a little convenience store near my college campus. I had ordered a large pepperoni pizza to be delivered to the store around 2 a.m, right in the middle of my shift to keep me going. The delivery guy shows up, I pay him, and I set the box right on the counter behind the register while I finish ringing up a customer. That customer was a guy we all hated. Let's call him Chad. Chad was a notorious drunk and general nuisance who would come in, loiter, and cause problems. As I turn back to my pizza, I see Chad standing there with this smug look on his face, holding my hot, fresh pizza box. "What are you doing?" I asked, completely stunned. He just smirked, held the box up, and said, "Finders keepers, loser. This looks good. Enjoy your shift." Then he just walked out the door and started heading down the street. I was furious. It was 2 a.m, I was starving, and this jerk just walked off with my dinner. I couldn't leave the store to chase him. I called the non-emergency police line, but they just laughed and said, "It's a pizza, ma'am." For the next week, I was plotting my revenge. Chad came in every single night, always drunk, always looking for trouble. Then I had a genius idea. I went to a hardware store and bought the 2 strongest epoxy resins I could find. Next, I went to a supermarket and bought a slice of the cheapest, greasiest, most offensively awful frozen pizza I could find. That night, I waited for Chad. Sure enough, around midnight he stumbled in, bought a beer, and started complaining about the weather. While he was looking the other way, I pulled out my tools. I smeared the epoxy glue all over the counter where he usually set his beer down, and then, using a pair of tongs, I quickly slapped the gross frozen pizza slice right into the center of the glue before it could dry. It was placed perfectly, right where his elbow would land if he tried to lean on the counter. When I was done, I went back to the register and acted like nothing happened. Chad finished his beer, set the empty can down, and then, as always, he leaned back against the counter for a minute to harass me. Suddenly, he tried to move. He couldn't. He looked down and realized his elbow was cemented right to the counter, stuck to a day-old slice of horrible rubbery pizza. He started yelling, pulling, and panicking. He yanked so hard that the fabric of his jacket ripped, but the glue held fast. He was literally tethered to a slice of terrible pizza. My manager, who had been in the back, came out and started trying to figure out what was happening. When she realized it was my revenge on Chad for the stolen pizza, she had to bite her hand to keep from laughing. In the end, we had to call the fire department to get him unstuck. They had to use a heat gun and chisels to free him, and he left with a permanent crusty pizza stain on his favorite jacket. He never came back to the store again, and I never had a problem with a stolen pizza delivery again.